I'm a house.
A Republican should be. The problem is Republicans don't act like Republicans anymore. I don't want a compassionate conservative. When I vote for a Republican, I want two things, a prick and a square. Okay? A father figure, if you will, to stop Mommy, the Democrat, from spending all the money. If I want to get...
Here's what's wrong with social justice warriors. They're not interested in justice. They're interested in clicks. They're interested in getting clicks. Oh, please. You don't think so?
Well, I think that you're being completely overly broad about, because the people that I know who do that work are not the people who are interested in click, and you've never heard their names because they're not trying to be on television and they're not trying to be in the spotlight, and they're going to courthouses every day.
Okay, but we're not talking about them, and you know that.
No, but what you can't say social justice warriors. Well, who are you talking about?
Okay, if we're talking about that, we agree.
Give a name. I don't know who you're talking about because the people that I know are not doing what you're saying.
The point is, if you add up all the free things that the under 40 crowd is used to getting, from the quick jerk at work to being able to sit in Starbucks all day for the price of a scone, from music to Wi-Fi to birth control, it's not such a jarring proposition when socialism comes along and says you are entitled to free stuff. And that, in turn, must be why there's this proliferation of websites like Kickstarter and GoFundMe. GoFundMe. Go fund yourself. That's what gets the headlines, and that's what dominates media. See, it's the kid who's screaming at the professor, who then gets a job at the Huffington Post.
That's right. And provides fodder for right-wing media to say, look how terrible
And the problem with liberals in general is that they let those kids who are at the Huffington Post or whatever writing their insane woke shit,
Hear, hear.
they let them control the debate, just like the parents let the kid control when we're leaving. We've let the kids take over. That's like job one you don't do in civilizations.
No, that's right.
You respect the elders. That's like every civilization before this one, because they might be wiser. Let me ask this. I've asked this question before. If a European country sometime in the future became 51% Muslim, would it be the same country? Would it have the same values, the same laws?
But you asked that question about Catholics.
I will ask that question, and the answer is it wouldn't change, because they're already the majority. But if you say the word socialism to people under 40, their reaction is night and day from that of baby boomers, for whom socialism has always been seen as communism's gay cousin. I'm not suggesting that we throw the transgendered under the bus or discount their struggle. It can't be easy finding pantyhose when you're 6'4". People who take disability, who are on disability. In 1968, it was 51-1, people on disability to people who worked. In 2001, not that long ago, it was 23-1. Now it's 13-1. 13 people to 1 who are on disability. Now, of course, some of that is real. We are an overworked, overstressed, polluted, ripped off and lied to people. So, I mean, obviously there are some people who really do have disability. But 13-1, it just seems like there's less people pulling the wagon and more people in the wagon. And at some point, the wagon is going to break. Almost 2/3 of Sanders voters want free college and free universal health coverage for no more than an extra $1,000 in taxes, even though that's not really socialism. That's Santaism. At worst, an Islamophobe.
Islamophobe, yes.
Yes, yeah. A silly word that means nothing.
Yes.
I mean, it's so dumb because, all the people who are accused of being Islamophobes, like you and me and Sam and Ian, we're liberals. We're liberals about everything. I mean, from the time I was a child in my home, I was 7 years old when my parents told me, we're for Kennedy and him trying to let black people go to college in the South. I didn't even know who black people were. There weren't any in my town. I knew we were on their side, and then we were on the side of Cesar Chavez and the lettuce pickers, and then we were on the side... Then we were on the side of the women's movement and poor and the minorities, whatever it was, gay people, the disabled, the abused, the molested, whatever Caitlyn is up to, we were for it. I still don't know those things. I know what a few people said. You know, there's, you know, as Al, I think, has said,
just that picture alone was enough for me to like reconsider my vote.
The picture was just a joke. Really, that you can't get by the picture. You know, the one where he's doing that.
You know what? I can't get by it.
Really?
I can't.
That's somebody should lose his Senate job for taking that.
Especially lose a Senate job for that. We should hold those people to higher account.
But he was a comedian at the time. It's a frat prank. Well, insane headline. College president forced to apologize after saying all lives matter. You know what happened? A college president sent out an email in support of the protesters in Ferguson, but said all lives matter instead of Black Lives Matter. And then had to apologize? I'm sorry, I meant Black lives. F all lives. Back me up on this, guys. Sort of lost the white working man. That's what they used to have. And they made the white working man feel like your problems aren't real because you're mansplaining. And you know, check your privilege. But you know what? If your life sucks, your problems are real. Right. And you know what should I do? Cut my dick off and check my privilege? Saw at Middlebury. Show the tape. This could be any college, by the way, when a speaker is invited. And this is what happens.
O Manos, thou of primal darkness, thou who dwelleth in the depth of the universe in the black chasms of night.
Yeah, that's the free speach of the left.
People are privileged.
Why does everything have to be that? I'm a white man. I can't talk about global warming because I'm privileged. What should I do?
No.
Just send an apology to Kendrick Lamar tomorrow, and then I can talk about global warming?
I'd rather talk about something a little bit more deeper than that. The reasons and the problem and the solutions behind it.
Get exposed is because they're afraid to speak out because it's the only only religion that acts like the mafia that will kill you if you say the wrong thing, draw the wrong picture, or write the wrong book.
So what is your solution? What is your ask?
No, the solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did it by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq and put 4 million people.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not I'm specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think.
I know. I'm treating them like a minority. I mean, if Filipinos were capturing teenagers and sending them into white slavery, we would criticize that. We wouldn't say, well, they're Filipinos.
You criticize the people who were doing it, not the Philippines.
Look, I am pro-choice, but I mean, I'm a little squishy and always have been because they told my mother after my sister, very difficult birth, she shouldn't have another one. So knowing that I could have been on the cutting room floor, I'm... Why is that so terrible? But I get it. As long as it's still in you.
Your mom made her choice.
Yes.
And we're all here with the consequences of that choice. I just want to say, Mrs.
First of all, fuck you. You can go watch another show. We got a lot on the lot here. If I'm not doing it for you.
I just want to say,
I'm asking the hard questions.
God bless Miss Maher. God bless her for having you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't easy. I'm a mom to 3 kids. It isn't easy. But the point is, she and your father, and she made her choice.
Yeah, again, I'm not arguing what you're pretending I'm arguing for, all of you on this panel, and you assholes who
So, Clint sent me things, so I don't think he should be blamed for
He's not. I'm talking to you, too. I'm a house.
As always, we want to give a huge thanks to our patrons. You are the ones who make this entire show possible. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So thank you so much. And also, we also want to give a huge thank you to J. Andrew World, the incredible comic illustrator who made the cover art for our Joe Rogan 2, the Alex Jones Parabellum upcoming film. If you're on Patreon, you can actually watch the movie right now, and for everyone else, it'll be released on Monday.